In OSPF, we can summarize in two different places. We can summarize on our area border routers and our autonomous system boundary routers. When we summarize on autonomous system boundary routers, what we're doing is we're manipulating external routing information. We're not generating it, we're manipulating it. So the first thing we have to do is we have to understand what generates type 5 LSAs. The traditional way is redistribution. There are a few other features that generate it, but it's really the redistribution command. So I would have to make an ASBR with the redistribution command to generate the external routes. Then you can manipulate summary routes. So summary-address. Again, we're in config router mode, not in interface mode. And then we pair this up with the summary route that we want to generate, which will then suppress the other routes. We will get a null zero route when we do this. Okay, so let's explore this together. What I did is I created R3, I built in a relationship between R3 and ISPB. And what I've done is this. I've created some BGP routes. So I'm going to do a show IP route BGP. And we are getting information from Border Gateway Protocol. And I wasn't trying to be really pretty here. I was trying to just generate some routes that we're going to summarize. So these routes exist in our version of the internet. I'm not actually connected to the internet. And R3 is not presently an ASBR. I'll do a show IP OSPF. Actually, it's show IP protocols. And it will say that we're an area border router, but not an ASBR. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make this an ASBR. We'll go to router 1, just so we get to see. Actually, I'm going to go to router 6. And I'll do a show IP route. And we won't see these routes. It's 172, 17, 18, 19, and the 17, 18, 19, 20 in the second octet. So we're not seeing those. Not seeing those. I'll just do a show IP route OSPF. Just make sure you get a chance to see that. Okay. I'm not going to teach you redistribution right now. We're going to do redistribute BGP, metric. I don't have to do that. Subnets. BGP. The autonomous system value, needed to put that in. And so now what I should be doing is I should be generating external routes. Let's look for those external routes. And we're getting what are called E2 routes. We'll focus on the E. E1, E2, that's a topic for another day. So we're getting those. Now we can manipulate them with the summary address command 172.16. I think I chose a bad value here. I really did. But I'm gonna go forward with this anyways. And you know what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna summarize 18, 19, and 20. I'm not going to summarize 172.16 because that exists elsewhere. I really don't want to demonstrate a really bad process. So I'm going to change this to 18. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to group these two routes together. Maybe not spectacular, but it'll work. 252, nope, 254. It's not a very big route summary, is it? But right now, these had a /24 mask. We're going to recreate it with a /23. There we go. There we go. So we got that /23. I have summarized that type 5 information on an ASBR. It is an ASBR because I've performed redistribution. And that's the sort of thing that we can do when we get routing information from an external source that comes in a way that we really don't want to see it. We can manipulate those external routes.